Hi and welcome. My name is June Khan and thank you for joining me for this 30-minute balance and flexibility session. We're going to begin with a rhythmic warm-up and then move into some dynamic progressions with a standing option for some balance challenges. And we'll end with a beautiful flexibility session, all in an effort to improve your balance and flexibility and improve your overall joint range of motion. Now, before we get started, we will need a few things. If you note in my little red bucket over here, I have a squishy ball and I have a short band loop. Now you can use a long elastic band and tie it in a knot. That works well as in addition to that. But we'd also like to make sure we have some water. I talk about this in every session, how important hydration is. So maybe take a sip now before we get started. I did right before I came on camera. And then you need a sturdy chair. I am wearing shoes today. I feel that I would like to just wear them today because I'm going to be doing some standing options. So, sitting in your chair, nice and tall, let's begin. Again, as I always say, I am thrilled to spend this next 30 minutes with you and me together, allowing you to move your body in ways that are going to astound you and make you feel really good. So, feet are about hip width apart. That's how we begin, right? On the front edge of our chair. When I say edge, not at the very edge, just at the point where you can feel your gluteus maximus sitting on there and that you don't feel like you're going to be feeling like you're going to fall forward or back. Sit nice and tall, draw the abdominal muscles in towards your spine. Think of belly button moving towards your spine, but also think your spine moving to the belly button. So if you had a side view, be like your front and back are coming towards one another. That's a good way to think of it. So head's a natural extension of your spine, so try not to flex your neck too much. Hands are by your sides, just hanging nice and naturally. Let's begin with some head tilts from side to side, starting with your left side. Let's go to the left side, down, then to your right. Repeat to your left, then to your right. One more time. Then we begin by taking your left arm, reach it forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. One more on each side, left and right. Here's left, now right. Now let's do this simultaneously by moving the arms at the same time, one moving forward, one moving back. When we do this, can you feel the torso start to rotate a little bit? 4 more. You've got 1, still 1, 2 more to go. Let's gradually move this to the side. Let's go side, side. 2 more, 1 more. Perfect, nice job. Hands come on either side of your chair. Focus on your heels. Lift your heels up and down like a pumping action. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Now hinge forward, back. So forward and back to where I started, keeping your torso nice and tall. 4 more, you've got 4. And 3. And then 2. And then you have 1 more, great. Beginning with your right leg, take your right heel. We press forward, we tap back, we go side and back to center. Your left heel goes forward, your toe comes back. Your left toe goes side and back to center. Repeat, front and tap. I went a little slower. Side and together. Now your left side, same thing. Heel goes front and tap. And then side. Can we do this a little faster, starting with your right leg? Right heel and toe. Side and center. Side. Now your left. Heel and tap. Side and center. And again, heel and tap. Side and center. Last one here. Heel tap and toe. Perfect. We got it. Now toes. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. 4 more. You've got 4. This is not too hard. I want you to feel your shins start to generate a little warmth, right? You should feel it now, just about now. Perfect. Hands by your side. reach. Come back center and reach. I'm sliding my hands down the side of the chair. So take your fingers on your right hand, slide down towards the chair leg, feeling that nice stretch occur down the lateral right and left sides of your body. We have 2 more of these. We'll finish off the warm-up here with some nice shoulder rolls, and that will help us complete the warm-up so that we can move into the second segment of what we're doing. This is going to have us move the lower part of your body a little bit here. Nice. Now we're going to begin simple with toe taps. So all you're doing is beginning with your right foot and tapping forward and back and left forward. Very simple. So I just want you to move those legs forward and back so we're gaining a little bit of knee extension and knee flexion while the quadricep and the hamstring has to work a little as well. Now as we do this, both hands reach forward and back, forward and back. 2 more, forward and back. 1 more. Keep your hands out there, but maintain the toe tap. What we're going to do here is every time you reach your toes or your heels, whichever works for you, I'm flexing and extending my wrist. So I'm getting a little bit of flexion of my ankle joint and my wrist joint. Now toes. Toes, it's kind of confusing, isn't it? It's like a brain teaser right here. 2 more here. 1 more here. Great. And last one, bring your hands by your side. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to begin with a heel lift on your right leg. So heel lift comes up, the knee lift comes up, the toe comes back down, and your heel drops down. So we start again with a heel lift on your left side. Lift the knee, tap the toe down, and release. It's pretty simple, 4 little movements. Heel, knee, tap, and lower. Heel, knee, tap, and lower. Heel, knee, and tap, and lower. Heel, knee, and tap. 1 more each side. Heel, knee, lift your knee so the quadricep is working, and then you're pushing the leg back down to the ground. Now this time, sweep your leg to the right side. Tap it in. Tap back to center. Bring your right leg back. Left side, same thing. Sweep it over. Tap it close. Bring it back to the center and follow with your left. Now your right. Sweep it over. Tap in. Tap back to your chair and back together. Same thing on your left. Now you know you can always hold on to your chair and back together. And again, step and tap and back together. 1 more to your left. Perfect. Now when we come back to center, let's move a little bit more forward on our chairs. Sit tall, place your hands on either side of your chair. Let's do a little slow march. March, march, march. Now pick up the leg, and as you're picking up the leg, make sure the abdominal muscles are supporting you. Lift. Now faster. I'm gonna go left, right, and left, and right, and left, and right. 2 more, left, right. V-step. Stop for a moment, realign, because we're going to be moving into an optional standing progression here. Your choice as to whether you join me for the standing. You can do everything in your seated chair. So with your hands on the side of your chair or the hands on your lap, whichever works for you, let's go into a V-step, and it's very simple. It just goes out, out, in, out, out, in. Little faster. Out, out, and in. This music goes perfectly with this. 4 more. Here's 1 and 2 and then 3. Get ready. We're going to change lead legs. Your right leg starts it now. Go right. Yes, I think we're getting it. Picking up your pace, increasing your energy. Tap left. When your left leg leads, it's 4 and 3 and 2 Get ready to change your leads to your right side here. Let's go. Go right. Perfect. Then we're going to bring those feet together and just march in place. And march. 2 more. Pause and hold. Hands go to the sides of your chair. Seat lifts is what's coming next. So we're going to take it to a hover. Holding on. Get ready. Nice and tall. Hinge forward. Hold. Push yourself up. Hold. Sit down. And release. Hands on your chair. Forward. And hold. Sit back down. And release 2 more of those. Now, after we finish the second one, and hold, you can remain in your chair or you can join me to stand up. Last one here. Hold, sit back down. I'm going into standing. If you'd like to join me, please do. If not, stay seated here. And then stand tall, full extension of your knees. Pull those abdominal muscles in and roll your shoulders back. I just want you to shift your weight to your left side and to your right side. Find the balance challenge. It's a challenge of finding where your body is in space. Now, as you go to your left side, lift your right heel. Now, you can do the same thing in your chair and lift the heel. And over to the side and lift. Nice, we've got it. Last one here. Come back, widen your stance, pop your heel, and bend your knee. Pop your heel, and bring it down, pop your heel. Hands on your hips. Pop, pop, pop. I call this a heel pop for obvious reasons. Now, stand here, just shift your weight side to side, push your hip out, come back to the center, shift your weight to the right. Come back to the center, shift your weight. Nice, shifted side, pushing our hips out to find that balance challenge. One more time, perfect. Now hands together, flowing arms, reaching up and down with the arms. Those arms add a little bit of exercise of balance challenge. Again, 2 more. Lift, bring them forward, and then take them out. And bring them down. One more time, lift up. Notice how I added that little bend in my knee? Now, if you're in your chair, you're just gonna hinge forward and back for those balance challenges. One more time. Nice. Now, if you're standing, take a look behind you. Make sure the chair is in range, right? Never want to just assume it's there, right? Legs hip width apart. We're going back to our chair. Take a breath. Inhale. Engage your core. Then carefully sit back. Find a seat in your chair, great, and relax for a moment. Grab some water and take a sip. Coming back to your chair, we'll stay here for this section. Hands on either side of your chair, roll the shoulders back, and we're gonna lift heels, pumping forward, similar to what we did before. Hinge forward and back, hinge forward and back. 2 more, hinge forward. I'm going to dare you. Take a challenge here. Can you do it with your hands here? Grab the chair. 2 more. 1 more. Perfect. Step tap to your right side. Step tap. Nice. Now with the step tap, you can keep your hands here, or you can add a windmill arm. You can go over and over and over. Now you can just keep your hands here, or even have your hands on the chair, whichever works for you. Nice. And over and over. We have one last one here. Perfect. Hands come together, not together, hands come to your chair. We now need to move forward on the chair. With your feet together and your knees together, feel tall, engage your core, hold on to the chair, lean back a little, slide your legs apart, and come back together. Notice how my body has to move a little back and forward to catch myself. These are sliding jacks. If you feel more comfortable doing out and in, that's your option. If you want a bigger challenge, and you want to take your hands away, you can. You have many of options here. Do what works best for you. We have 2 more of these. And last one. Oh my goodness, good job. Grab your ball. So we're going to begin with an exercise that's going to just allow us to work the core a little bit. So I'm going to invite you to separate your legs a little bit and start with the ball right up at your shoulder here, and take a deep breath in. Lower the ball to the right side of your hip. We're going to shift the ball and move it up to the outside, but I'm not going with it. I want to keep my body very tall. So we'll start to think and reach across. Then come across to my other side and lower to the left side. Sweep across your body. That left arm comes across your body. The right arm comes across your body. You should be able to feel the action of your torso having to stabilize you as you're moving the ball from side to side across your body and ending up on the opposite side you started on. All across, yes, we got it. Come across. This is one of my favorite exercises, and if you have been taking some sessions with me on a regular basis, you'll note that I have used this one before because it is one of my favorites. Very effective. Come across and down. We have one more, out and across. Beautiful. And now take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out, your breath out, and then take the ball, raise it up, and pull the ball towards your knee about 8 times. So think about your abdominal muscles supporting you as you pull the ball towards your knees. Perfect. We have 2 more of these. And 1 more. Yes! This is not so easy, is it? It's not so easy. So come to a wide stance here. Wide stance still with the ball. Roll your shoulders back. I'm going to take the ball under one leg, sit tall. Under the other leg, sit tall. Notice I'm starting inside the leg, sit tall. So some diagonal patterning, but let's switch it around. This time come around the outside of the ball, right? Come around the outside of your leg and grab it underneath, each time trying to get a little bit more range of motion. Now on this time, how about we take it and lift the leg towards your chest, pull the ball under your knee, exhaling every time that ball comes up, getting some nice abdominal work in the process. We get to do about 2 more of these. Nice. And then let's move to a diagonal reach. So sit up nice and tall. Your ball is going to go down towards an extended leg here as your arm, opposite arm, reaches up. Now, how far you go is up to you. You can be right here and just take the ball down towards your knee, or you can roll it down towards the ankle, and we just alternate sides. Diagonal reach, come back up, diagonal reach. The reason we're doing this diagonal reach is it opens up a myriad of opportunities for your body to work in a number of what we call planes of motion, because in life, we just don't sit still. We move front and back, sideways, we twist side to side. So these exercises are really allowing us the opportunity to practice that. We have 1 more on each side. Last one here. And bring it back to the center. Place the ball off to the side and just come to a little march here. Just a little march. Just move those feet a little bit. Great. So we're going to revisit a little bit of what we did before. And remember what we did? We allowed ourselves to move into a V step and a sweep step. We're going to start from that sweep step. Let's stop the legs for the moment. Scoot yourself a little bit forward and roll your shoulders back and take a moment to feel your body gain the length that you can achieve by focusing on a tall torso. Move yourself over to the left side of your chair. Take a sweep over like we did before, then a step back to center. To your left side, same thing, stepping back to the center. And to your right side, stepping back to the center. Over and over, this sweep step allows us to create some action, to give some control to the abdominal wall while you're moving your legs side to side. We have one more here. Come back, we go into a V step, wide step. Hands can go to the side of your chair, or hands can go out with you and with the leg. We'll do one more here and then we'll switch our sides. Now left leg leads here. Perfect. Doing great. We have about 2 more of these. One more. Switch legs. Right leg leads now, right leg out. Now left leg. Get ready for your right leg next. Good. And then your left leg. Last one here. Perfect. Come back in and bring your legs together. Scoot yourself forward on your chair. Remember those seat lifts? We're going to revisit them again. So hands on your lap or on your chair if you want that support. Legs are hip width apart. Hinge forward. Find your stance. Hold it. Then have a seat and sit back. We have 2 more of these. Hinge forward, lift and hold, have a seat and go back. One more to go before we go to a standing position and repeat what we did before. We have one last one here. Breath in, exhale, hinge forward. We'll return to our seat. Now remember, those of you that want to remain seated, you can remain seated and do all of the work there. So again, lift up, step, stand and hold. We're going to visit that march again. If you're in your chair, what are you doing? You're just marching, right? Now, those of you that are standing and those of you that are seated, glance down at your feet for a moment, because as you're marching, you're going to take that right leg front and then back. And we call this a Mambo step. So this challenges our balance because we're taking the body in a direction forward, and although the body thinks it's going to go forward, we're going to take it back. We're going to take it to the legs coming together again. Pause, take your left leg forward, move it forward and back. Same thing, marching left foot forward, left foot back. So it's called a Mambo. If you've ever taken a Latin class, they sometimes add a little hip to it, right? You can add that if you'd like. That's just another little change. That's up to you. Do your right side. If you want to add that little hip, swing the hip out to the side. You can even add arms. But that's up to you. Totally up to your style. Last time left. Good. One more time here. Perfect. Now find where you are, especially when you're standing. Take a look behind. Look how far forward I came. I've got to get back. Right? Back towards my chair. Then, making sure that I know where I am, have a seat and grab onto your chair and hold and roll the shoulders back. That was great. Nice job. I think it's time to get some water. So grab some water. Take a couple of sips here because that gave us an opportunity to build a little bit of an intensity. We weren't there long enough to get the biggest cardiorespiratory challenge out of that. That was just to warm up the body a little bit and challenge your balance. That was my intent for that part of that section of that class. We're going to move into another exercise that's going to allow us to bring the ball back out. So let's grab the ball. We're in a wide stance. And in this wide stance, the ball's just going to remain between your hands. Your elbows are here. Drop your shoulders and then twist to your right side. Come back to the center and twist to your left. But now keep the ball still and just let your eyes go by turning your head. Now let's do it here to the right side. Come back center to your left side. Take a look right. Take a look left. Let's reverse this. Twist to your left side. Come back center, twist to your right. Now look to your left side and then look to your right. Let's do that one more time. Twist to your left. Now twist to your right. Look to your left. And then look to your right. Take a rest. Bring the ball down and roll your chair. Roll your chair. Sitting. That sounded really weird. Didn't mean roll your chair. Roll your shoulders back. Then bring your legs together. Take the ball. Place it underneath the knee of your right leg. Right? You're going to hold on to that. Great. Now extend and straighten your leg out and in 4 times, and then 2, and then 3, and we do 1 more 4. Nice. And then we do the same thing on the other side. The ball comes under. We're going to add on to that in a moment. Push out and in. Extend out and in. Sit tall. Try not to lean back too much. Great. Now this time, put the ball under the knee. Are you ready? Squeeze the ball. Lift it. Extend. When you bring it back, squeeze the ball. Then push down. Great. Do that again. Lift, extend, and squeeze, and lower down. 2 more of these. Lift and extend. Squeeze the ball, bring it down, and let's do the same thing on the other side. The ball comes under the knee, lift up, extend out, squeeze. See if you can let go here. So lift it up, hold on to the ball so it doesn't go anywhere. Let it go. Let's do 1 more. Lift and extend. Perfect. 1 more time. We can do this. Let's try this on the right side, just the way we did it on this side. The ball goes underneath the right knee, right? Squeeze it. We lift. We hold as we extend it. We squeeze it back. Let it go and come back down. 1 more of these. Out. Squeeze and bring it down. Oh my goodness, that was great. Let's keep the ball between our knees on this one. I'm going to do that because I think we keep it between our knees because it allows the inner thighs to work a little bit more. So holding the ball between your knees, roll your shoulders back. We're going to hinge forward first. My body is tall. I'm not rounding through my spine, so try to keep your torso nice and tall. You're going to lift your heels and then try to lift your feet up and lower back down. So everything's coming up. The heels come up first. Lift and lower. You're catching yourself. We're doing 2 more of these, and we have 1 more. Keep the ball between your knees. Heels of your hands come to the front of your chair. Exhale, hinge forward. Find your seat hole, squeeze the ball. Find your chair and sit back. 2 more of those. Lift and hold. Sit back. We have 1 last one. Perfect. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come back down. Now we're going to keep the ball between our knees. Come back, stand. Those of you that want to sit, stay seated. Move the feet a little closer together and just shift your weight. Shift your weight side to side. Find your lower abdominal muscles. Holding onto the ball between your knees forces those inner thigh muscles to work, and we're just shifting the weight side to side. You do this in your chair. You don't have to do this in a standing position. Great. That looks great. We have 1 more time to do this. And then we come back to equal weight over both feet. Sitting back, finding the chair, and releasing the ball off to the side. Grab some water, and we'll get ready for our cool down. We did a lot of movements that incorporated hip flexion. I want to have the opportunity to stretch out that hip flexor because we sit a lot during the day. We want to make sure that hip flexor gets the flexibility it needs. Grab some water. Let's move over to the right side of your chair. And the entire back of my left thigh is on top of the chair. My right knee is towards the floor. I'm going to drive the right knee down towards the floor and contract or squeeze the gluteus maximus on this side and hold it so I feel a nice stretch. As long as that knee is facing the floor, you're going to feel some length. Now, if you lean back a little bit with your torso, wow, what a difference that makes in the amount of generation of length that you feel by stretching that hip flexor out. We come back to the center, right? And then we take that right leg forward, same leg that was back, pull the toe up and reach your hand towards that toe. Find the stretch in the back of the leg and come back up. Do that 1 more time. Reach, come up and scoot over to your left side. The exact same thing that we did on that side, right? That knee is towards the ground. The whole back of your thigh of your right leg is on the chair. That knee is down. If you lean back, wow, we get that stretch. This one's a little bit tighter on me. You'll probably note that one hip flexor is tighter than the other. Great. And then we scoot back to the front. Take your left leg forward, reach towards that ankle, hold. And we come back, we do one more, reach towards the toes. And we come back, roll your shoulders back. And then, nice wide stance. Then just take the arms up, take them out, take them together, and then down. This time, just your right arm up and out. Pull the arm back to get a little stretch. Reach it forward and down. Left arm reaches up, goes out, pull it back, and then bring it back down, and then reach sideways. Take your hand to your shoulder, or if you have that range of motion, reach up. Pull those abs in, and then reach to the other side. Oh my goodness, that should feel so good. Last thing we'll do here, sitting tall, is round the tailbone under you, but keep the torso lifted. So watch me. This is what I don't want to see you do. I don't want you to round your spine like this. Keep your spine tall. Think of just your tailbone rolling under by pulling your belly in, and then sit tall. Let's do one more of those. Roll back, but keep everything tall, the rest tall. Sit up, roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and then let the arms just float or rain down. Beautiful. What a nice job you did today. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. I thoroughly enjoy sharing these movements with you. They're feel-good movements that sometimes are a challenge, but a challenge is good. And how good do you feel when you know that you've gotten through the 30 minutes and gotten this work done for your body to have the opportunity to improve its balance, flexibility, and engage in a little bit more of activities that improve your overall joint range of motion. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to working with you again next time. Don't forget to hydrate, and don't forget to come back soon. You have a great day.